What do you know about hormones? I'm going to share with you everything you need to know about them and why they're so important. There are many different hormones in the body, and if we focus on menopausal or perimenopausal hormones, we're thinking estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. In my practice, thyroid, the different thyroid hormones, the free T3, the free T4, but we can't overlook cortisol and insulin. In general, we would say people think hormone is maybe just testosterone or estrogen, but there's much more than just that. Okay, so the interesting thing is a hormone actually has a benefit farther away from where it's made. So it can control something like the way our body regulates temperature, how we go to the bathroom, our appetite, our mood. All of these are hormone driven. So it's not so simple as, estrogen does one thing. It does a variety of things in the body. From temperature regulation, it can control our appetite and our sleep. I know I wish it was so simple, but it's really not. Our body is very complex. So hormone symptoms are, in general, everything that our body's experiencing from top to bottom, mood, sleep, but we have lots of videos to discuss like the different aspects of hormones and symptoms, but in general, they encompass everything, from how we eat and sleep and lose weight, our stamina. Oh, definitely. I think what people think is that, their mental health is related to a stressor that could be going on in their life. But obviously, our hormones can come first or they can come after, but hormone balance is essential. And it's essential for our overall well-being. And, if it could start from sleep, if the sleep's not good, then your mood could be off. But just having a hormonal imbalance, such as your thyroid, can cause you to have mental health issues, such as depression or anxiety. We can't overlook it. Blood work is essential to find out if things are related to hormone imbalance. But unfortunately in medicine, many times we're told that, we can just overlook labs, you're just having these symptoms, here's some medication, and that is just a one-size-fits-all approach. It's just not going to work. So your symptoms are your symptoms. How you're feeling is unique to you, and so addressing it with someone that will listen to you, order blood work, it could all be related to hormone imbalance if we really dial it down to each of the hormones going on. And so you just need someone that will listen, take blood work, take the time, and figure out, even if the blood work says it's normal, that there's other things going on. So, the interesting part about ranges is like who created these ranges? Is it the Endocrine Society? Is it the lab? And so for my practice, of course, we have to fall within some form of reference range. But I find that the reference ranges, the normal values, are obviously very broad. And so many people fall within normal, however they're having symptoms. So, I generally believe in following research and protocols, but I also feel like we have to listen to the individual and adjust the normal, what's considered normal, based on symptoms. Being careful, like obviously not to over-medicate patients. However, something like testosterone, I'm going too far with this, but something like testosterone is not even considered to be looked at in many practices for women because it's just not standard of care. And that has always been part of my practice, to consider testosterone. So there really is a normal that's being developed by a lot of practices like my practice that practice testosterone replacement in women for all the multitude of benefits that are amazing for women. However, the reference range for a doctor that may not get into this might think that this is completely absurd to be putting women inside of this new normal reference range. So important for the overall well-being of the body is to know where someone's free T3 levels are. And obviously that is a sensitive normal. The reference range can be 2.2 to 4.2 or up to 4.3, and it really does depend on the time of the day that someone took their medication, and therefore, looking at blood work carefully and understanding that the reference ranges of normal can be varied by the time of day when the medication. So knowing this, or going to a provider that knows this information, is going to assist in how you're given the medication. The biggest thing I would say, the biggest misconception, is that women are getting through menopause. I wish I could figure out when this first got started in popular culture to say we're going to get through a period. Well, it's forever, and women are living longer and longer, as are men, and there's no such thing as getting through. We will be forever in menopause, and the symptoms don't necessarily just go down. If we're going to be honest, many people were told to just get through the symptoms, not sleep as well, just deal with the extra weight, deal with the decreasing libido. and not being able to remember things as well or recall. I mean, why would everybody just be told to get through? So the misconception is that we have to just live a certain way and this is a good aging process. It's the opposite. We know that we have all the tools to help people live longer and healthier and with much better quality of life. So treating patients begins with obviously, calling my office. We order blood work in advance of the first consult. I think it's super important to have some tools, obviously medical history, what you've tried, if you've been on hormones in the past. And I have other videos, we'll talk about the different types of hormones that I replace, but looking at blood work, taking a great medical history, understanding that you are here to voice your concerns and have the time and obviously the ability to address some of the things that have been overlooked by other doctors. I mean, I would honestly say majority of my patients come and they say, I've been told that, yeah, I'm in menopause, but this is maybe how I have to deal with it. So knowing that they're coming to a place where this is all we do is talk about this type of thing all day long. So we can talk about it and be comfortable. So like the thyroid is not just a simple hormone. It's not just a simple gland in your neck. It does do your metabolism. So if you can't lose weight, maybe your thyroid isn't working. But beyond that, mood, sleep, your digestive tract, your immune system. So it's a really important gland, and thyroid hormones are not as simple as just one hormone. There's multiple hormones to look at. We're here to answer your questions about hormones, look at your blood work, do a consultation, and get you feeling better about yourself.